Humans will kill and murder, hand out drugs, rape, and worse, to have more stimulation. But humans, they aren't bothered at all going to war. They put people in jail and send them off to prison when they cause too many problems that are so gosh darn obvious they have to lock a human up, occasionally for their whole life. But humans aren't bothered at all going to war. They have children, and they're offering $16,000 in Russia if you have 10 kids. They'll give you a reward afterwards, after the stimulation of the $16,000. However, nobody talks about having babies fighting a war with Ukraine, having babies and fighting a war with Taiwan, having babies and selling them on Aurora, having babies and selling them for money. Humans will protest for probably the rest of their lives about abortion. They want to kill the baby. 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 Enjoying stimulation. There's so much social reward and so many drugs available for those who support the socialist, communist manifesto of Earth and all of outer space. Well, then lastly, you have these dominant humans who are so dominant, they're so dominant, they're so dominant. I forget sometimes that they're so dominant, so they always remind me, oh my gosh, they're so dominant. And I'm so out of place on this object that they call their indigenous right of freedom. I should already have shut up because they'll probably come over and tell me I'm a fucking retard. Like they always tell me and they always explain to me and they always show me with their body and tell me with their body and explain to me with their bodies. Enjoying the war and the death and the dying and never, ever, 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 ever noticing they have difficulty doing tasks with no stimulation, and they almost entirely and always refuse work when there's no reward. So they come from down south, they come from over the seas, and they come from everywhere. They take over the land, they rape the children, they lay down with the wives. They have their families, they have their tortillas, and they love their fucking beans and rice. And then after all those white people they hate so much are dead, and all those Europeans they despise so much aren't trading with them anymore, well, gosh darn, they pretty much have Mexico and South America and Latin America, and now going to be a little bit of that Middle East mixed in with all of their despair and suffering. They'll probably bring more people over and sell more sex and have more drugs. They'll probably legalize. Except now he's going to be raping him and he's going to be having sex with him, who has no gender in his world. His world where he dominates and she agrees, and they have their feminist rights movement. for all of what they call a language, never explain more than a number within their mathematics.